I just spent a week shooting with the Canon G7X Mark III in 2026, and the most surprising discovery isn't the image quality, it is the price tag. Despite being nearly 7 years old, this camera is currently selling for $1,200 on the secondary market. That is roughly $400 over its original launch price. I found that the TikTok effect has turned this gadget into a speculative asset rather than just a tool. While the skin tones are still the best in the business, I quickly realized that you are paying a massive nostalgia tax for a device that technically should be obsolete. Design and build quality. The moment I picked this up, I remembered why I loved the G7X series. It feels significantly more substantial than the plastic-heavy Sony ZV-1 series. The metal chassis and the knurled control ring around the lens give it a mechanical soul that modern vlogging-first cameras lack. In my experience, the ergonomics are superior for actual photography because it feels like a shrunken-down DSLR. However, compared to the current premium standard, the Fujifilm X100VI, the G7X feels a bit more utilitarian and less like a piece of jewelry, though it actually fits in a jeans pocket, which the Fuji simply cannot do. Key features. The 1-inch stacked sensor was a big deal at launch, and it still holds up for one specific reason: the 24-100mm f1.8 to 2.8 lens. I found that having that extra reach up to 100mm is a massive utility advantage over the 18-50mm range of the newer Sony ZV-1 II. You can actually get genuine background blur and compressed portraits that your iPhone 17 Pro still tries to fake with software. The hype around this camera centers on the Canon Color Science. In my testing, it still delivers those warm, ready-to-post JPEGs that make everyone look like they've had 8 hours of sleep. However, the vertical video support, a pro feature back in 2019, is now just standard across the industry, and the lack of a built-in viewfinder feels increasingly restrictive when shooting in the bright midday sun. The competition battle. When you put this against the Sony ZV-1 II, the trade-offs are brutal. With the Sony, you are getting an autofocus system that feels like it's from the future. It tracks eyes with terrifying precision. With the Canon, I found myself constantly double-checking if I was actually in focus because the contrast detect system still hunts, especially in low light. You save about $300 to $400 if you go with the Sony, but you lose that tactile premium metal feel and that versatile 100mm zoom. The Canon is a photographer's compact that people forced into a vlogging role, while the Sony is a purpose-built video tool that feels like a toy in comparison. Limitations. The bitter truth. Here is the bitter truth that the aesthetic influencers won't tell you. The autofocus is unreliable and the thermal management is a disaster. I found that if you try to shoot 4K video for more than 10 minutes, the camera gets uncomfortably hot and will eventually shut down. The real deal breaker, though, is the short-range focus bug. Even after multiple firmware updates, this camera occasionally decides that the background is more interesting than your face during a vlog. If your content depends on set-it-and-forget-it reliability, this camera will let you down at the worst possible moment. You are essentially paying 2026 professional prices for 2019 autofocus technology. The final verdict: buy or skip. The market value of the G7X Mark III right now is completely detached from its technical performance. Buy this if you are a stills-first shooter who wants a pocketable backup to a larger Canon system. You specifically want that filmy look and legendary skin tones without spending hours in Lightroom. You find a used unit under $700. At that price, it's a steal. Skip this if you are a serious vlogger. The Sony ZV-1 II or even the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 will run circles around this for half the price. You hate hunting autofocus. You are looking at those $1,200 graphite edition listings. Do not do it. You're paying for a trend, not a tool.